Retrieve your brain. I want my brain. Here's my baby.
Running out of floor space for my
Here.
calculations.
Brain tank. Hello. Ground beef, mashed potatoes, and gravy. Ooh, that sounds legit.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
I'm in love with my own brain. This is amazing. Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm a queer individual, so I have masculine and feminine imbalance. But sure, why does my brain sound so masculine?
Ah, well, as to that, you'd be surprised how hard a feminine-sounding voice modulator is to find in the Forbidden Zone. It's not as though brain-sustaining life support tanks grow on trees. I had to take what I could get.
That's true. Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Yes. Growing up, that was one of like the go-to meals that my caretakers would make. Is I think like once a week we would have spaghetti. Once a week we would have gravy, or beef with gravy and mashed potatoes. Once a week we would do something they called like Saturday stew, which was a whole bunch of different like canned vegetables put together in a soup, which was pretty good. Oh, and then beans on toast. At least once a week we did beans on toast. But yeah, actually, brain of mine. Why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave?
I didn't really do that.
Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
It's like Benny's responsible for that, not me. Not me. Come on. That stuff's fun. You know, of course you're responsible. You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands.
I love this.
Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
Medicine 55. You're the source of most of those glands, unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Y'all have like your go-to had a bad day and you want to feel better comfort meal? Done gotta be healthy, by the way, because I'll tell you mine. It's not healthy. I want some fried Spam and some classic Kraft macaroni and cheese. Just like boxed macaroni and cheese. I don't eat it very often anymore, but that's always been like my go-to comfort meal. It's Spam and macaroni and cheese. So good. These days, when I have it, because I'll let myself eat it every now and again, but now it's like I have a big fat salad, you know, and then a little bit of the other two, because I'm trying to, you know, make it past 50. Ramen with eggs and fried Spam. See, great minds congregate up in this biz. Gosh, I haven't had Spam in a while. It's living on my brain. It doesn't help, of course, that we're staring at the cram can all of the time. Oh yeah, Spam is a legitimate tasty thing. Noodles in a pot, butter, Parmesan cheese. Yeah. Well, you've just met 2.5 people who consume Spam. Yeah, my go-to is frying it up, and then at that point it can go with whatever. It can go with eggs, it could go with macaroni and cheese, it can go in rice, it could go in cabbage. It's everything. Alright, brain of mine. Admit it. You're just as glandular as I am.
Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but
Good
at
brain.
least I'm logical about it.
Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back in my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing.
Ouch.
Look at it from
Projected
my
from my own
perspective.
brain.
Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
The 0.5 is quirky. I don't know if he's actually a spam person per se, but he hasn't chimed in, but he doesn't kick me out of the house when I cook it, so, you know, there's at least that. I could also go for some spicy ramen. But what about the good things? What about a cool breeze on your cheek? The smell of food? Love?
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing
Meat?
hormones.
Ah! Speech 75, isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you are lacking those hormones? Dude, we're dropping facts on our own brain right now.
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
Now we're at an impasse. You can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way you think.
Indeed. Quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
That first one. I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we're separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
How the heck did Mobius get a hold of my brain?
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome.
His dome? Wiggly eyebrows. How did he manage?
I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though.
That seems like a pretty unlikely coincidence.
Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it.
That answers that. On to something else.
Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
I used to eat much spicier food, and I do not think that there... I mean, maybe there is, if someone was to educate me. I don't think there's any correlation to the weight loss, but on the other side of having, like, lost all of the weight, I'm wimpier now compared to spicy food. And I'm like, I don't know if it's because I eat... You know, I make food at home more, so I'm not using as much spices as, like, other places. I don't know, but for some reason I can't have spicy stuff as much as I used to. I was the kind of person that would go to the Indian restaurant and get it made spicy, and now I'm like, please make it medium. Not mild. No, I can't. I'm not that boring. I still gotta have some heat to beat, you know. But, yeah, I can't eat the spicy stuff as much as I used to. Habanero pepper without breaking a sweat. You're insane. What do you mean you don't eat spicy? Shh. Why would you... Okay, I'm sorry. Actually, have you done that? Have you actually eaten just a habanero pepper? Just munch. I think you did, because when Corgi and I first met, he did not eat, like, anything spicy at all, and now he's got a few things that he does quite enjoy. Let's see. Alright, so what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
It's true. See why? They promised to put us back together once I did what they wanted.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
Ooh, that's a valid point. Okay, but why? Why are you eating peppers like that? Now, don't get me wrong, I basically eat pickled jalapenos and fresh jalapenos on and in, like, everything. Maybe that's just because I was raised in Texas. But doing so with a habanero and a ghost pepper sounds like a prank. That's what it sounds like. Were you pranking yourself? Yeah. Sweet 75, you're a part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan?
I'll handle the brains. You stay here. You'll be more useful outside my head, maybe.
That arrangement suits me fine. Do try not to get too many holes drilled in your head, will you? I may want to drop by for sentimental reasons. Right then, you'd best be off, hadn't you? The think tank will be waiting. No, don't worry about me. When you're gone, I'll flush myself over to the sink. It's amazing how far you can get in this place with a good flush. I'll keep myself hidden in the ductwork. Klein won't suspect I'm inside the dome, so he won't know the pacification field no longer works on us. I can also upgrade the sink's autodock with the procedures to reinstall your heart and spine, assuming you want all that flesh and gristle back. With any luck, I'll see you in the sink when this is all over.
I was planning to get him back, but I guess I accidentally told the brain we're breaking up.